Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've got on here on my own channel and done a video. Uh, I just want to say a big thank you for everybody that follows the comic book memories stream with my good friend Rod and myself. We appreciate your support, and it's always a good time on Saturday mornings. So uh, we were going back to that. We featured Western comics Saturday, and had a bunch of stuff pulled out, and I didn't really show all of it, but it kind of got me thinking. I was like, well, I'd kind of like to get back to showing some books, and especially showing some series that I've completed over the years. So the one of the titles that I pulled out that didn't get show Saturday was Hex. And if you guys that know about that character, it's Jonah Hex, and it kind of continued on to a post-apocalyptic slash Mad Max type book when the Jonah Hex title got canceled. Uh, and you guys, most of you guys that follow me know the story of Jonah Hex. I mean, he showed up in All Star Western 10 for a couple of issues, and then they switched the title over to Weird Western. And I think Jonah Hex was featured maybe like the first 38 issues up until 1977, and it switched over to Scalp Hunter with issue 39, which that's another great character. And Weird Western Tales, featured him until the end. It was issue 70, which I think got canceled around 1980. But the Jonah Hex title started in 77, I do believe, and went all the way up to 85. Now, it's a little bit convoluted about Hex's history because, there was a one shot DC Special Series 16 where it had a story about an aging Jonah Hex. And at the end of that one, he got shot twice in the stomach and killed, and his body was stolen, and they stuffed him and like took him to Wild West shows. So lots of stuff going on with Hex there. But anyway, this is about the time the Crisis came along, and I guess they were trying to consolidate characters, and I won't get into the whole thing about Crisis on Infinite Earths, but they canceled Jonah Hex, and then immediately started a title called Hex, where at the end of the Hex series, or Jonah Hex series, in the middle of a gunfight, he kind of disappeared, and he wound up like in the future, like 2050. I can't remember the exact year, but it started a whole other sort of adventures in the future where he was like a Mad Max sort of character. It's kind of interesting. It was a quirky little series, and I kind of liked it. There was some good continuity with the scripts with Michael Fleischer. Did all the scripts on those 18 issues, and I think for the first 14 was Mark Teixeira, and last few were like Keith Giffen, which was kind of a shock to most people. Big, difference in art styles and all that. But anyway, I'll just kind of go through them. Anybody that's interested in this, here's issue number 1. I think I upgraded this one later, but issue number 1, like I say, Michael Fleischer did all the scripts, and it was Mark Teixeira doing all the artwork, except for maybe a couple. I think maybe Ron Wagner did a couple of issues in that run. But some other guys came in and helped ink. Dennis Janke, Carlos Garzon. But just it's a cool little. If you like post-apocalyptic stuff, which people know me, I'm a big fan of that. So it's a cool little series. There's issue 1, issue 2, and I was always a fan of the Jonah Hex character. I didn't really get to collect all that series, which that's 2 series I would really like to go back and collect. Was the rest of Weird Western Tales that I don't have, and the Jonah Hex title. And here's another, like I say, there's a great action. I got a few multiples on these. It's like I say, that's before I tried to half-heartedly, get control of my collection. This is Teixeira and Carlos Garzon, and this is a Dennis Cowan cover with Klaus Janson. Pretty cool. Another issue of that upgraded. Bloodsuckers in a World Gone Mad, Jonah Hex number 4. And, you know, the difference in these is you can see in the corner, newsstand and direct edition, you know, with the barcode and all that. So, and here we have issue number 5. There's my original copy. And Hex gets himself a love interest with issue number 6, Stiletta. Issue number 7. More action-packed comic stories. And this is one of the fill-in issues by Matt Wagner. It's number 8. Still have got Dennis Cowan and Dick Giordano on the cover here. And number 9. This is, I think, more Teixeira. And not sure about the inker. I really like this cover, number 10. I'm guessing it's still Mark Teixeira, but this is another Ron Wagner fill-in. And we get to see the Batman of 2050 in issue 11. Been a while since I read this. I can't really remember what the gist of this story was. Where a Batman, I'm sure it was some kind of fake Batman or something, but I'm going to have to go back and read it again to find out. Okay, it's issue 12. And issue 13, here's a cool cover, introducing the Dogs of War. Another Dennis Cowan. I think Rick Magar did the inks on this cover. It's pretty cool. And issue 14. And issue 15. This is where Keith Giffen took over on the pencils and had still had Carlos Gazarn doing the inks. But this was kind of a big shock to a lot of people, including myself. Big change in art styles. I'm a fan of Keith Giffen. But just, a lot of people didn't like this, and I kind of tend to agree that I like Teixeira's art a little bit better on this. But this last few issues is all Keith Giffen on the pencils. And there was a upgraded copy. And issue 16, got another Dennis Cowan cover on it. I guess. I'm sorry. Yep. Issue 17. I need to upgrade this one. This is the Giffen cover. And the last Hex story. They find some relics, like from the early 20th century, and he, as I said before, in DC Special Series story, in his later years, he gets killed and they stuff him and use him in Wild West shows. So he finds the stuffed version of himself at the end of this story. And he says, those are my guns, and that's not a replicate. That's me stuffed. So he says, well, I guess I'm going to go home someday, so there we go. Convoluted story of Jonah Hex / Hex. Like I say, it's a good little quirky series. If you like post-apocalyptic doomsday type stuff, which I do, I always enjoyed it. For you guys that like Jonah Hex character, like westerns / sci-fi, whatever, cool little series to have. So hope you've enjoyed this look. and I will get back to you soon. Onward and upward.